is my pattern for, that I'll be using for this tutorial. This is my back pattern, and this is my front pattern. For a neckline facing, you need to consider the curve of your neckline, okay? And lest I forget, you need to learn how to draft a basic bodice pattern. I already have a video on how to do this particular pattern. Please ensure you check that out. I'll be dropping the link in the description box, okay? So now I'm going to consider this line, okay, for my facing. And also you need to decide how wide you want it to be on the shoulder line. So now from this point, I am going to come down by 2 inches. You can actually come down by 3 inches, but for me, I come down by 2 inches. So, and I ensure that I measure the 2 inches from the center front up to the shoulder line, okay? So, and for me, after drafting my basic bodice pattern, I ensure I add my sewing allowance on the neckline curve, okay? So now if you're measuring your 2 inches, that means you must add this sewing allowance to it, this ½ inch that is being added to the neckline. Or if you don't want to do that, you can start measuring from this point, from the original neckline, okay, your desired neckline, okay? You measure from here down to 2 inches, like that, okay? So now I'm going to be doing that so that you understand what I'm talking about. So now I have already made some marks on it. So all you need to do is just to connect all those marks together this way, okay? So this is going to be my facing. This is my facing for the front, okay? My facing for the front. So I'll be cutting this out soon, so let me work on the back before I cut. Okay, now this back, this is my back pattern. You cannot apply the same method you used on the front pattern on this back pattern. They are completely different methods, okay? So what I mean by that, we measure 2 inches round. You cannot afford to do that on your back pattern. So now I'm going to be sharing, a tip with you. That is what I do when I'm doing mine, okay? So, of course, this is the zipper allowance on this pattern. This is line. This is 1 inch for my zipper. So, and of course, this is my shoulder line, and after my zipper line is my center back line, my CB. Talking about the depth of the neckline, the depth is for me the maximum that you can do, okay? I don't know if it's a standard, I'm not sure, but because I have done it in the past and I'm still doing it, especially when I'm dealing with a plus size person, okay? I am a plus size myself, so I do this most of the time. So the maximum I can do is 5 inches, and the 5 inches I measure from the edge here down, okay? Or you could even measure from your desired neckline, this point down 5 inches. But please do not do more than 5 inches, please. And you do 5 inches for a plus size, okay? I'm just sharing, my own knowledge with you, what I have done in the past and what I'm still doing. This pattern is for a size 10 person. I prefer for a size 10 to come down by 3.5 inches, Okay, so I'm going to be measuring 3.5 right now. So I'll measure 3.5. Okay, so now once you measure 3.5, then the same width, the width here all together we have 2.5. So you measure from here 2.5. Of course, you know that that half is for sewing allowance. So we have 2.5 here, 2.5. Okay, so we have 2.5. I hope you understand. So all you just need to do, it is either you connect from this point to this point with your curve, you use your freehand method. I like to use this, you know, most times because I want to be as quick or as fast as possible. Okay, so I'm not going to use this curve actually because I'm not really used to it. So what I do, I'll just show you how I draft mine, so you can do that. So what I do is I come out by at least 1 inch. Okay, straight line from this point, 1 inch. So once you are, you know, close to the 1 inch, then you start curving. In fact, you just get to the 1 inch before you start curving. Let me just put it that way. So this is what I do. I hope you understand. Then once I get to a certain point, to a level here, then I go to my shoulder line and draw a line, a curve, okay, to meet this particular curve coming from the center back. I hope you understand my point. I don't know how to actually explain, but this is what I do. So I'm just sharing what I do, just an idea or the tips I use when drafting my neckline. So I don't know if it's in any book, so I've said it before. Okay, so this is my neckline facing for the back. I hope you can see clearly. So now you can't just afford to extend this line to your zipper allowance. So all you need to do is to fold it this way, following this particular CB line, the center back. Okay. So this is what you do. So instead of just tracing like this to this point, all you need to do, like I said, you fold. Okay, and once you fold, just use your scissors and cut. That is all you need to do. Okay, so I'm going to take my scissors now and cut what I have here. So please don't forget to extend this line up. So this is for my back, so ensure you indicate on it to avoid confusion. So this is the shoulder line. This is the shoulder line, and this is the center back, the CB. Okay, so this is the back. Put it aside. Then let's cut the front. So we cut the front this way. So this is my facing. I've already cut it out. Okay, so this is my facing for the front, and this is the one for the back. Now if you remember what I said at the beginning of this video, that I will be sharing with you how to go about attaching or combining fabric that is stretchy with lining that is not stretchy, and what to do as regards, you know, attaching your facing to the neckline. So this is actually very important for you to learn. Okay, so now I am going to be cutting out my lining. Okay, so I'm going to be using this as a template to cut my lining right now. My lining is not stretchy. Okay, everywhere sewing allowance has already been added. So the only, spot or place that I need to add sewing allowance is at the neck line. Okay, at this point, I have already cut it out. So I need to cut this, use this to cut your neck, your lining, and don't forget to add half an inch sewing allowance at this area. Okay, so you are going to use this back as well to cut your lining. This is important. Please don't forget, every allowances have been added. So the only place you need to add sewing allowance is at this point. Okay, this curve here, add your half an inch sewing allowance to it. This is for lining, and I have my reasons for this. Okay, sewing allowance added. All right, so now this is my facing. So I'm going to be using my fabric, my stretchy fabric, to cut this. So this is a template. Of course, this is my pattern for my facing, so I'm going to be cutting it out right now, and this as well. So once I'm done cutting, then I will come back and show you what it looks like. Okay guys, this is the facing I said I was going to cut with the cutout I made from my pattern. This is the front, this is my back. Can you see? Can you see? And I have also added interfacing to it. I pressed it on it. Okay, so can you see how it is? Can you see how lovely it is? So now the next thing for us to do, yes, this is my lining. Like I said, this is the lining, and it's very light. This is my fabric. The fabric I want to use is actually stretchy, but because I've added interfacing to it, so it's no longer stretchy. Okay, so the interfacing has actually, reduced that, stretch. Okay, so this is it, and I'm going to be adding this lining to it. Of course, we did a cutout, and this is the cutout. Okay, so this is my back. I'm going to be attaching to this to make a complete back piece. I hope you understand my point. So this is actually for people that are into ready to wear. Okay, so how am I going to do that? This is my back. Let me work on my back first. So let me just put this patterns aside. I don't need them for now. Okay, so this is the back. I have my back here. So, and this is going to be attached like this. Okay, it's going to be attached like this. This is where my dart is. So this is the wrong side of my pattern. Can you see my dart? So now what I'm going to do, somebody might be asking, how are we going to attach it? Of course, we are going to attach it the way it was cut. We cut it round. So we are going to attach it like that. So I'm going to show you how to attach this. Okay, so I'm just going to bring my pins close to me and pick this. So this is the wrong side. So what I'm going to do is that I'll pick this point, the edge, the center back. I'll just pick the facing this way, then face the right side to the right side of my lining. So, and I'm just going to pin down. Okay, so I'll just pin down this way. Okay, so, and I'm also going to pick the shoulder line, this part, the end of the shoulder line here on the facing. I'm going to just put it like this to complete the shoulder of the back bodice. I hope you can see. So I'll just pick this way, right side to right side, and also pin together. Okay. So this is how. So the rest, you are going to just bring it out this way and keep pinning until I get to the very end, or until I'm done pinning everything together. So this is how you do it. This is actually easy for me to do, and I'm sure it's going to be easy for you as well. So the most important thing is just to ensure you practice it. Okay, so when you practice, then you are better on what you are doing. You can do it continuously and you are good to go. So this is actually for people who are into ready to wear. Okay, so and it makes the inner part of your fabric or the wrong side of your fabric to be very neat. Okay, to be very, 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 very neat. So this is how it is. So can you see I'm done pinning? Can you see how well it's laying right now? Okay, so all you need to do is just to put this under the machine and sew. So this is how it is. Then can you see? So let's just assume this has been sewn. Can you see how lovely it is? And it's looking nice. Okay, so just put this under the machine and sew your 1/2 inch, and that is all you need to do. Very, very easy. So I'm going to be doing all of this using pins to attach everything together. Then I will bring and show you how they look. Okay guys, can you see my fabric, the outcome of what we've been saying since the beginning of this class? And here is my lining. The two are attached together, you know, to have a complete front piece. So I have not even sewn it. Can you see? I just attached with pins, and you can see how neat it is. So now this is the back piece, the two panels for the back. So the facing attached, the facing attached to the lining. So now we have complete lining for your back, and we have complete lining for your front. Can you see? So this is actually very simple, and like I said, it will make your work or your project to be, you know, to have a top notch. It will be very, very neat. Okay, so this is all about, you know, what I have to share with you in this video. And I also want to encourage you to follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. Okay, and please, if you have any question as regards this tutorial or the previous tutorials on my channel, ensure you drop your questions in the comment section, and I promise I will respond to all this, you know, all of your questions. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.